Did you
I already pressed the scroll and now I have to rewind it.
what does that mean?
Okay, let's just start.
What does that mean? It means the teleprompter already started.
Oh.
Wait, there's no teleprompter. There's no teleprompter.
All right, here we go.
There we go. Okay. What's up, everyone? This is Hayden. That there on the right or left of your screen is the guy we met in the library, but you won't know about that, Justin. And then the other guy, that's Shao. And this is the new episode of Chummy Thumbs podcast, the show about... Thanks for that. The show about the humorous parts of our everyday lives. We enjoy finding ways to laugh at ourselves, and you should too. So thanks for letting us into your brain skulls, through your ear holes. Now sit back and enjoy the chumming.
Self-fully.
I'm sorry, boys. I didn't bring any Granier today.
Did you even open that?
Okay.
I brought the sneaky weasel. That is not paid advertising, by the way. It's cheap beer, and they'd probably be too cheap to pay me to say that.
And I have myself a little Michelob Ultra. It has 3 grams of glucides.
That's French for carbs.
That's correct.
Well, I guess if we're reading off what we're drinking today, I have a... What is mine?
Kombucha, like kombucha or some like hippie stuff.
Yeah, pretty close. It's it's called Golden Throat.
That was my nickname in high school. Golden Throat, nice.
Golden Throat.
Wait
And
a
they
minute,
come with these cool little like proverbs on the tea bag and like bag thing.
Oh, that's what you drink every time in the pot.
Hold on.
Yeah.
You take tea bags and it's a golden throat, and it takes tea bags. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to figure out this drink.
Yeah,
What are
and
you drinking?
what am I drinking? It's got slippery elm in it.
Okay,
It's a very sexual tea.
it's a very
I love it.
sexual tea.
Does it make you feel a certain way?
It makes my throat feel fantastic, and I can talk for hours. Whereas you guys are probably just so used to raw dogging it that your throats are rough afterwards, right? So I'm taking care of mine.
Okay.
Okay, that's very very responsible of you. That's good.
Also, there could be young kids listen to this. Could we not use words like raw dog?
Why would there be young kids listening to this?
Because they're my kids, and I'm going to have to explain now to them what raw dog is.
Well, I'm just giving you the chance to be an experimental parent in some certain things. So you're welcome.
Sure.
Cheers to the
Okay.
golden tea
To
bag?
the golden
tea
throats.
The golden throats.
Clink.
Okay, clinky,
Mm.
clinky.
But anyway, I wanted to quickly
So where did we
address.
leave off last time, by the way?
Well, no, you go. You were leading somewhere.
Okay. Well, no, I just clearly want to state the obvious is that we're not in studio today.
Yeah, we're not in studio.
We're not in studio today. Hayden is in his Harry Potter sized closet studio
Mhm.
at comforts of his own home. And we are in my den.
But do you remember, Hayden? Did you want to tell everybody why you're
Quarantined,
quarantined
pretty much.
there, or did you want us? Or
It's because these two fools went and got themselves COVID. So to protect myself,
okay,
I stayed at home.
okay. Well, that's not true. Shao, go ahead and tell everybody why he's really because it's
Well, no, it's because he
uh,
contracted AIDS.
Nothing in
Okay.
between, man. It just went from here to here. Well, we're not talking in the pre-show about... No, I'm not even going to say that because it'll make me sound desperado.
Well, the fact of the matter is sometimes we will have to be, we're all adults here with other jobs and stuff like that. So sometimes we do have to be, the schedules don't link up. And so we can't always be in the studio, but we still will get together and put out new episodes for y'all. And we just do what we got to do. So today and possibly next week, we might have to come back here. Next
Possibly.
episode, we might possibly have to come back here as well. But
Yeah. But the following one, we should be back in Studs.
it's back in Studs. Back in Studs.
Back in Studs. And sorry,
Waiting
Hayden,
on
so you were
Tito to
saying
come
though
kick us
before-
out.
Tito.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Tito's day off today.
Tito's day off.
And of course, we are repping.
Straight repping. Let's.
Okay.
Okay. Well, some of us are.
For those listening and not watching, Justin and I are wearing our beloved home jerseys for the Vancouver Canucks because this is their first game against the Oilers.
Let's go round two, baby. Let's go.
I put $5,000 the Canucks will win.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm a little bit nervous though because I don't know
the Oilers.
Yeah.
Well, how could you know? It hasn't happened yet.
I don't know, but
in the
5,000
whole
a lot, and
series,
on the
or
game.
just
on
the
the
one
game.
game.
The one game.
The one game. Yeah. So I'm a little bit nervous.
I'm full confident in you. I mean, even if they were to go down by 1 or 2, 3, even, I feel like they're a team built to come back, and the Coilers,
I know. Yeah.
outside of McJesus and Dry-Sides.
Yeah.
But anyways, that was probably too long. Talking.
We are
about
only allowed
hockey.
10
Yeah,
seconds.
we-
But
yeah. Actually, Hayden, can you start a quick 10-second timer?
No, you already had your 10 seconds. Sorry, boys. But
No, that was Shao's time.
That was my time.
his
That was my time.
oh, okay. And go.
Yeah, quick shout out to the men's U18 Team Canada for winning the World Championships, beating USA. Let's go.
Perfect. That was actually 9 seconds.
Nice.
Clap, clap, clap. Cool. So, can I ask something?
You can.
How often do they play these world championships?
Okay. Well, every year.
So, okay, how does it have any gratis behind it if it's held every year? It's just another tournament. I feel like
It's the World Championship tournament. Yeah.
yeah, but every year kind of has no, like, it's just another tournament. It's kind of like, well, I guess if you look at tennis, they have the Grand Slams every year, which is, understandable.
Whoa. It's understandable for tennis, but not for hockey?
No, that's what I'm processing through. I was like, it's a world tournament that happens every year. It kind of has no, I don't care about it because it's every year. But I was trying to rationalize why a hockey person might enjoy watching it. And then I was like, well, the tennis, they have the same 4 Grand Slams every year and people enjoy watching that. So I can, that's my way of linking together with how you guys are thinking about it.
But
I'm trying to find common ground.
I appreciate that. Because you watch football, right?
Yeah.
Soccer. Okay. So they have championships every year for the different divisions, and
yeah, but that's domestically. It's not a world thing.
But it's different teams competing for that thing, and so it's the same idea. It's just it's countries competing to be the best in the world.
Yeah, and normally you reserve the country ones when you look at it for like the Olympics, which is every 4 years, Winter Olympics every 4 years, Commonwealth Games every 4 years, Rugby World Cup, Soccer World Cup every 4 years.
Yeah, I see that. For Olympics, it makes sense for me every 4 years because it's so many events and it's so costly to put on. But if you think about it, so U18 World Championships, if they did that every 4 years, there would be generational players that would never get a chance to play because they wouldn't be eligible, because you're only eligible if you're under 18. So if you're 15 and you're a really good player, but you can't make the U18 team that year, then you don't get an opportunity to represent your country.
Well, then you just play in the Olympics.
What's that?
Then you would just play in the Olympics, and that would be your opportunity to represent your country.
So that's our 10 seconds. And
no, I was just trying to see it. Like, I get it, but at the same time, I feel like it's overkill. But regardless,
if the World Cup of Soccer was every year, would you feel the same way?
Yeah, I'd be like, this is too much. It gets boring.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you know what?
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. I respectfully will be on the other side of your opinion on this.
I mean, if you look
understand your viewpoint, but
you're wrong.
Invalid.
No,
invalid. I'm wrong. I'm an outsider looking at hockey going, there's only like, how many times can we give ourselves a chance to win a gold medal before does it even mean anything? I get it. You guys probably like, fuck yeah, we just beat the US again for the 10th year in a row at the World Championships. I'm like,
goddamn right we did, baby. Let's go.
But it's kind of like the same feeling when you watch baseball, right? They're like, World Series played in one country, sometimes two if the Blue Jays make it.
Yeah. I think, to be completely honest, I think baseball is probably one of the major sports I'd never watch. I can't get into it. find it really. I
Boring.
personally find it very boring. I do like attending the games just for the atmosphere. You know, get on the sun, you get a few brews, eat a couple doggers, couple Nathan's hot dogs. I like that, but I have no
Another
idea. I don't really know
phallic
all
reference.
the rules. No,
I gotta tell you though, they have the Vancouver Canadians here.
Yep.
They play at Nat Bailey.
love it.
It is fun to go to. And
I used to work there.
did you?
Yeah.
No way.
Concession manager.
No. Okay.
That's
Manager?
Oh, that's
Manager.
Manager?
nope. Full on manager.
Wow.
So he got all the glizzies he wanted.
But baseball for me, I would watch the World Series, especially if the Blue Jays are in it, like the playoffs. But I like that they do, and actually they do this for hockey now, but they do the Jays in 30. So they condense an entire baseball game into 30 minutes. And it's like beautiful.
Okay.
But I have to say, baseball now is a bit easier to watch because I always thought, like, especially when it's playoff baseball, it feels more like chess to me. It's kind of like the pitcher versus the batter. And sometimes it would be, especially in playoffs, it would really feel like it dragged out because it's like, oh, a left-handed batter, we're going to the bullpen to pull this guy out for 4 pitches, and then we're going back to this guy. Anyways, but now that they have the pitch count,
Yeah, that's gonna say
it's
they
like
sped it
speed
up,
it up.
right? Yeah.
And so when we were at the Canadians game, it was like, man, it was moving. So I
What's the
I
pitch
like
count now? Like how many seconds do they have?
like,
Like,
or something like that.
oh yeah, I think that's what I thought. That's what I thought.
28.
Yeah,
So
trying to say?
26.
Yeah.
Depends on if somebody's on base. If somebody's on base, I think they get a little more time because they gotta check to see if they're gonna steal a base.
Slap at the
base.
baseman.
I thought he was suddenly telling us like time, like time. Like,
Yeah, 10
the-
seconds.
the-
Move on,
Yeah.
move on.
Okay, so let's move on. So if you don't mind, for people who are listening to the first episode, you might have recalled that a time of our episode where I wanted to talk about something serious, but I got cut off because there was an organic moment involving nerds rope.
Yep.
Title of the episode, by the way. So I didn't get to ask you guys about this thing that was kind of bothering me. Serious issue.
I can't tell if you are serious because you kind of smirked when you said that, but
it's a serious issue.
we're open. I'm opening myself up right now to hear what
Okay.
you have to say.
So, what I wanted to talk about and ask for, I guess, some sort of advice is that, have you guys been in a situation where, I know you guys are both with lovely partners, but when you were dating or when you just first were seeing Kate, did you guys encounter a scenario where maybe you were at her place or somewhere on a date, but you really had like stomach issues or you had diarrhea or something like that, and you couldn't, like, in a relationship, I would usually wait a little while until I start ripping the farts or like talking about poo and stuff like that. And as you know, Justin, you know me quite well. That's a big topic of discussion in a daily life.
It's kind of a big part of who you are.
That's correct.
Yeah.
And I was led to believe that girls don't poo. I was taught that in, I think, biology 12, that girls don't poo. I was told. But apparently that's wrong. Everyone does. But I'm just saying, so my personal experience was that this happened several times. Recently, I was on, I guess, a date kind of thing. And then I had a really bad intestinal problem and pooping problem. And I didn't know what to do. Like, do I leave? Do I leave, find an excuse to leave? Or do I just straight up and go, hey, just to let you know, I really have to take a poo-poo. And
I would say it like that, but
I'm so foreign to this. I don't know how to say it.
First date, second date, third date.
Like first. So like second. Let's say second.
Like second date. First date was kind of a little more casual. Like, hey, we went for a coffee, or you ran into each other, and then this was like
I'm at her place.
Oh, we were at her place.
Yeah.
And then you have to go do.
And I had to do. And it's just like a 1-bedroom apartment, and so you can hear all this. I usually have tricks. Turn on the tap, popular one. Flush and time the drop the same time as the flush noise. So whatever.
What if
play music? Yeah. What if?
What if the drop goes longer than the flush?
That's a risk. That is a risk. But I know my body. I know that this one's gonna be loud and like explosive. And so no matter if I do the tap or the flushing thing, I'm pretty sure she can hear.
It's a tough one because you'd really like. I don't know this woman that you went. on this date with?
No, you don't.
Is she a bit like more conservative in like how she presents herself?
No,
Like kind of quiet, or is she kind of like silly and like?
No, she's really cool. Like we got
Yeah.
along really well, and but not so much conservative. But just for me personally, I just keep thinking like,
Yeah.
I don't want girls to hear my splashback.
If I thought, because you know what your poop is kind of going to be like.
Oh, I know.
You're right.
I know.
And when you're like, oh, this is going to be a solid, like a check wipe, and you're good, but you got to do the check anyways.
Yeah, this wasn't
It's
for
not gonna
sure.
be
This was
smell.
not.
Yeah, if it's explosive, I'm getting out of there. Like I'm fucking gone. I'm gone.
What's your go-to excuse, or do you find an excuse, or do you just straight up say?
I feel like I would. It's tough because I'm not in that moment right now. I feel like I would be sitting there for a while, probably trying to think of a good lie.
Oh, you
to
go for
get
the lie
out,
first,
and then think of a good one. But if it couldn't be believable, or I thought it was too unreasonable, I'd probably just say I might just be honest. I might just say, look, I ate something. I'm not feeling well. I'm feeling sick. I gotta go. And then the ball's in her court.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. That's. I should do that.
She might be like, oh, well, you can use Y wash and be like, then you can be like, no, like I think I'm gonna be sick. And then if she goes, I'll put music on, then fucking lock it down.
Yeah,
put a ring on that
yeah.
finger.
Yeah.
She's good.
Yeah.
But if she's like, oh, that's gross, then like fucking, then just do it anyways out of spite. Just fucking drink it up. No fan.
Do upper
no
decker.
Butter.
Upper decker to first bite.
No, not even just.
Okay, wait.
Don't flush. Leave it in for her to look at.
Have you done upper decker before?
What is an upper decker? I'm like, what is this term? I've never heard of this.
Oh, we should surprise you.
Well,
with one.
yeah.
We'll surprise you with one. It's better that way. Trust me.
When you invite us to your place and wherever the fuck you live, I gotta renew my passport first before we go to your place.
Oh, that guy next to you has been here already, so he knows where to go.
Oh, you always go in the woods. You hang out in the woods.
It's got like a 25-person hot tub. Like we should go. We should record.
You mean
an
a pool? A hot pool?
It's a hot pool.
No, we got a
Can we
pool
do an
behind the
outdoor
hot
episode?
tub. We can absolutely do a hot tub episode.
Theo, before we get too into getting naked together, I want to know, hey, what would you do? What would you do?
See, okay, I'm not as good on my feet with this because I've never been in that situation.
You should sit down when you do it, though.
I would rather try the gamble of trying to do it while standing and not hit my legs or anything else that dangles down.
You need the projection. But yeah, what would you do? What would you do?
I don't know. I really don't know because unless you want me to just think of something.
Well, you're in the moment. All of a sudden, yeah, like it's happening right now. You have to shit. This is your date. Shao is your date.
I do have a thing for men. No, wait.
If you're starting to feel uncomfortable with your stomach,
and
ready and roll sound. Action.
Hey. You want to come sit next to me on the couch? I just picked a cool movie. Your favorite, Chocolat, like you said you wanted to watch.
Ooh, Chocolat.
Yeah, Chocolat. Johnny Depp.
I got a thing for Johnny Depp.
Why don't you come?
The discomfort's rising. You feel like you could squirt any second.
Hey, it's a straight up squirter. Sorry.
What did you say? What'd you say? Excuse me. Hey.
I was just wondering if you were a straight up squirter. I just wanted to get straight to business.
Oh, my God.
That's so straight. That's so, I have never been asked that in the first date. I am.
Fantastic.
But what does that have to do with anything?
That has got to do with why don't you go get yourself ready and I'll be right in.
Big squirt.
I already picked up the movie. I'm ready. I'm just waiting for you to sit next to me so we can watch.
I'm kind of over the movie. I just want to, I'm going to go freshen up.
You've seen Chocolat?
I've seen it many times. Many times. It makes me want to eat
discomfort
chocolate.
is growing. It is growing. It's like you have like 10 seconds to make a decision.
Hayden, why are you sweating so much? You okay?
Because I'm going to steal a line from Austin Powers. I've got a turtle head poking out and I really got to go.
Oh. Okay.
I'm sorry. Maybe another time.
Do you need to
Bye.
go score?
Sure.
Okay, so
And see,
And
he,
see.
so he runs away.
So he runs
So-
away.
I
just
Okay,
ran
so he
away.
runs Okay, he runs
Why didn't you just say that? Just run away. Yeah.
Because I wanted
Yeah.
to do Foley sounds.
Would you really have somebody on your first date if they're squirter? What is that? What is that?
No, I jumped out of the scene to ask you a question. And then I was like, well, no, you probably want me to stay
Breaking the
in the
fourth
scene.
wall.
So we'll just work it back in.
Hayden. So Hayden would run and I would be honest. So there you go. There's your answers.
Okay.
Hayden would make really awkward sexual advances and then just run away.
Hey,
Yeah,
who
just
says
run
they were
away.
awkward? They could have been
Well-
just what they wanted to hear.
Well, thanks for that advice, and that's what I really want to talk about because that was a personal experience of mine, and
Yeah.
I just didn't know how to, navigate through that issue.
So okay. So that did happen to you though?
Yeah.
So what did you do?
it was a miracle. There was something that interrupted the night,
Yeah.
and she had like a kind of like a family emergency thing.
Yeah.
And I was like, "You deal with that. You deal." And she's like, "No, like it's okay. I'll deal with it tomorrow." I'm like, "No, like no, come on, family first. It's okay."
Oh, you swoop in and look like a hero, huh?
And then she's like, "No, I like spending time together. I want you to stay." I'm like, "I want you to deal with the family stuff. Okay, don't worry about me." And as I'm ready, like putting my shoes, I'm saying all this, like, "Don't worry about me. It's okay." Blah, blah. Are you sure? I'm like, yeah. And I just booked it and just sped home. I made it back home. I thought I had to pull over somewhere,
What
but
do
then it kind of like downgraded because like I usually have a scale, right? I'm like, if it's like level 9, I'm sweating. I'm like,
Yeah.
pounding my fist, whatever. If it's level 10, I already pooped myself. So I was at like 8, going up to 9, and in the car it went back down to like 6. But
Always.
it was going like, you know that, right? It goes down,
it
up, and
always
down.
is because when you feel trapped, it goes like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 quick.
Yeah.
But as soon as you feel like you're back in control of the sitch,
Yeah.
because I have shitting problems and I get it. And that's why I'm like, I wouldn't want to be stuck in a position. Like if I'm going out now, like for dinner, like when we went out, like anywhere I go and I'm going to somebody's place for dinner, because I know food triggers me and it's like, it's like I got 15 minutes.
Is there a specific type of food?
Dude, it's so random, but so I just take Imodium before I go.
Okay.
So I don't want to stay on it too much longer, but just what do you think you would have done? Like I know you were like God swooped down and was
Yeah.
like, you shall not have to make this decision.
I think at that point, I would just have to take the honest route and just say like, hey, I mean, I know it didn't really cross my mind because that the door opened for the miracle. And so I just went with it hard.
Yeah.
But if she was like, nope, I already told them I'm not going to deal with it. I'm doing it tomorrow. Then I'm going to be like, I gotta go to the bathroom. Like I gotta go to the bathroom and can you put on some music or something?
Yeah.
Like I think because this is eventually it's gonna get there. If
Good
I,
for
you
you.
know what I mean? Like I might as well show myself now,
I guess.
right?
Shit or get off the pot.
That's hey, exactly.
Clap.
I don't think they can hear that.
Man, that was such a nice moment you guys just shared.
Oh, thank you.
It was so like
Ooh.
lovingly touched hands. Look, I
Okay,
made you guys
so,
nervous and embarrassed. So obviously I touched a real deep emotion there.
you touched a deep emotion.
Do you want some throat coat?
No, I'm told them your golden throat.
A golden throat coat, tea bag.
Oh gosh.
Oh gosh.
So
Yeah.
I just wanted to bring up.
Yeah.
Because Justin, you spoke about in the last episode
Uh-oh.
about
What did I
how
speak about?
or how you'd spoken to your lovely wife about what we should talk about.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And she said
And
taxes.
she had the most amazing topic, taxes. So I thought, you know what? I have not a funny story, just a story to tell.
I love a non-funny story
I
for
love
a
a
podcast.
funny Hold on. How do we turn this thing off? Should we just unplug it?
Okay, when has taxes ever been funny though? Hey, look, if you can think of something better to talk about while I start my tax story, interrupt me because I do not care about finishing this story. I just wanted to tell it because
No, please tell.
So how
Please
do you think the Canucks game is going to go? Do you think?
no,
Oh, that's a really-
you had
that's a
your
really
you had your
interesting
hockey
story.
time.
No,
You had your
talk-
hockey time.
Taxes. Okay, here we go.
Taxes. Okay.
Buckle
So
up, everybody.
if you people don't realize it,
Have you been
And-
watching the NBA lately, by the
I
way?
don't know, but it sounds more
how's
exciting. than
Bronny doing? Is he still in? Are they in the playoffs too?
Sorry. For real. Go.
For real, is it that rapper guy?
that. Oh no. Oh no.
I like it. So my tax story, right? So if you want to be when you're on a visa and you come to this country, so folks out there that are listening, I might not sound like it, but I am not a Canadian, eh?
What?
What? I'm actually from the land down under. If you actually listen to that song, they talk about Vegemite in that song multiple times. So,
Of course you would know.
yeah, of course. And anyway, so I when I came here, I decided that you can choose to whether lodge your taxes or not. And I thought,
Sorry, hold on. No. Hold on. What? You can what your taxes?
you can lodge them.
What does that mean?
Like where you
put them to bed and you get them
in a cabin. You do them in a cabin. You do
Yes.
them in a cabin. The tax cabin.
It
tax
probably
cabin.
has the same sort of like origins, because you're putting your money somewhere to sleep and you never see it again. So
So you put your tax money in a lodge. You lodge.
Yes.
Does that mean
Log?
you give it away to somebody to hold
that
on
means
to?
the government takes it from you, and then at the end of the financial year, you lodge your paperwork, and you get to see whether or not you get any back. Now, I knew that this
Oh, he's talking about paying
specific
taxes.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody pays
You're
taxes.
right.
It's Canada.
Yeah, if you're from
Pay taxes.
somewhere else, you still have to pay. You have to pay taxes here. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, I knew I was going to get a little bit of brushback on my use of words because you guys clearly don't speak the Queen's English or the King's English now. So I was like, okay, wait up. I looked it up because I was like, is that the right word? Because sometimes I'm too not smart for myself and I say words that are sometimes the accurate word. And sometimes I'm like, is that the right use of the word? And I wasn't sure if this was one of those instances. But for your information, it is the proper use of the word. And I wrote it down so I could read it to you just to prove a point because I'm that kind of resentful person.
Can we peer
Not
check
really.
that? Shao, can we peer check?
Sorry, I'm allergic to bullshit.
Okay, so it's obviously stemming. This one says in Ireland particularly, but we're all, Great Britain. Let the guy choke and die on the side there. In Ireland, a lodgement is an amount lodged to a bank account or paid into a bank account via a lodgement slip or a paying in slip. So you lodge your taxes into the tax agency. So it is the correct use of the word. And there's your history lesson, Shao, because I know you like your history, and that was
Thank you.
actual history,
Yeah,
not Shao history or Hayden history. No butter on handles.
No butter handles.
No butter handles and no whores' mouths.
Right. Great callback. I love a good callback.
Great backstitching.
Yeah,
love it.
Love good
Woo, woo,
backstitch.
woo, woo, woo. So anyway, the tax agency, I lodged my tax with them for the 4 years I was on a visa here because I was like, you know what? It's going to be a really smart idea to do that because when I decide to apply for my residency, they'll be like, oh, this is a tax-abiding citizen. We want one of them so that there's no, dole bludgers or whatever trying to steal our money. So I thought I was doing a good thing. And then when I got my PR, yay!
That was an exciting time.
That was an exciting time.
Sound
It was a
great.
nervous time until it became exciting because I basically had to leave the country and wait. So it was a good time to go home.
Didn't you
And
have to
take-
do it more than once as well?
I had to do some
Right.
border flag crossing or whatever they call it a couple of times.
Right.
So where you literally cross into a different country, come back in, get your new visa and go on.
Yeah, I
Um,
remember that.
But the PR one, it's funny. Side note, the PR one is kind of a funny one because I left the country when my visa ran out and I spent the day down in the US and then I came back up and the guy's like, why are you doing that? Like you could have just stayed in Canada and let your visa expire. And I was like, wait up. a Canadian, no, or was it a US guy? One of the two was like literally just told me to break the law and stay
He was
past
American.
my
He was
visa
American for sure.
American.
in a
He was
country.
American.
Yeah, coming back in, so it would have been a US guy. And I was like, no, I want to get residency in the country I'm going into, which is Canada. So why would I not do it the correct way?
Oh,
You wanted
he's
to
trying
poach him.
him.
Scout.
Yeah.
So they wanted me to be an illegal alien, which wouldn't have, worked out so well for me like 2 years later when they had that president that tried to kick everybody out. Anyway, that's another story. But anyway, I thought it was kind of funny. But the first year I did my taxes, I didn't get any back. And I was like, why am I not getting any back? So every, 3 months, if you're at a certain wage in this country, you get given government money to kind of help you out.
That's right.
And I got that all through my years on a visa here because I was putting my tax in. So I was like, I'm eligible for that. And I have all the same rights as a citizen as a working, visa holder. Turns out they decided that they were going to want that money back. And I was not happy about that. I was here for 4 years, 2 different 2-year visas, but they only asked for 2 years. So I didn't say anything in case I tried to take the other 2 years. But then I found out it was because they could only go back 2 years. They couldn't go the whole 4 years. But what pissed me off about it, and I was really angry.
Yeah,
The
vein is
The veins are going. Was that I lost my train of thought. I got so angry. I was pissed off because
okay, then start over from the beginning.
I was so angry because I'd paid that tax under the, I can't even say the word. Whatever it was, under the fact that I thought that I was, doing the right thing as a citizen, even though I was only on a visa, same, rules.
Yeah.
That I should be eligible for it. And they were writing me a letter and they're like, sorry, you were ineligible for this money for the last 2 years, so you have to pay it back. Thank you. Have a lovely day.
He has the same accent and same person for everyone, no matter where they're from.
Yeah.
Always that voice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
Same
what?
person.
Yeah.
Okay, you've got to understand the subtleties. As actors, I thought it's the tiny little tweaks. I'm coughing here. I'm raging.
I might have missed it.
There's a slight list.
Yeah, there's a list.
Yeah.
On the side? On this side? Or on this side?
We know he's doing John Crutches.
Yeah.
Who?
Yeah. Very good.
Who?
Yeah.
Never mind it.
Yeah, let's not go down this rabbit hole.
Yeah.
Okay, but I like
So you got
rabbit holes.
really angry because they wanted their money back that they gave to you, but apparently they shouldn't have.
May I ask how much the sum was?
I can't even remember. It's got to at least be
million
over $1,000. It had to have been over that because
$1,000?
because my tax return for the next 4 years I never saw a dime of. Never. Until this year, because I finally earned enough money and had obviously paid it off. Because I just stopped looking. I was just like, tax. Okay, I'm not seeing anything for this one. But I was a little bit salty because they, when a new immigrant comes into Canada, they also have to pay the MSP, which is to get, to pay for your medical. So that's how you guys get it for free. Every new immigrant has to pay for a year.
No. We don't get it. We pay for it.
Do you?
In our taxes.
There you go.
We lodged them.
And we lodge our taxes, and that covers our free. I mean, we call it free.
Yeah.
We call it free healthcare, but we pay for it.
See,
we just get our immigrants to pay for it for us.
Exactly.
That's
for over the time period. I was only supposed to pay for it for 12 months.
True Canadians can get our free healthcare.
Free healthcare.
Thank you. Yeah.
That's good.
They overcharged me for like 6 months, and they didn't realize it, in inverted commas, and I had to chase them down for that. I got the money back, but then, of course, where did that money go? To pay off the other fucking shit that they said I owed them. I was so salty. But anyway, I'm done with this argument. I've now talked about it on air, so I can, I can move on.
Breathe it out.
Yeah. Was that therapeutic for you? Was it worth it?
So therapeutic. but I will
Okay,
bring it up
'cause we're gonna
again.
cut all this out. Anyways,
Yeah.
so
I'm the one in control. I am in control.
I know you are.
I am the wizard behind the curtain.
Seeing as how Hayden's seems like he's in a really good headspace right now.
As always.
And seeing as how he already sort of linked it back to episode 1 Nerd Ropes, I actually had something, and that reminded me, hey, of something that I wanted to ask you that I just wanted a little bit of clarification on, if you don't mind.
Absolutely.
In episode 1, when you were trying to guess the origins of To Fly Off the Handle,
I remember that.
do you remember that?
I remember that.
He remembers that. You had said you were talking about the homemakers in the kitchen doing all the cooking. And I was just wondering if you could kind of clarify for me what you meant by homemakers. If you could be like really
Right.
specific,
I was confused.
like what
Really specific. So,
like I think you say like they only are allowed in the kitchen, or they're always.
Yeah, you said something weird like that.
Yeah,
That
it was, but
a
I
little
didn't.
offside.
But you said homemakers, and at the time it was kind of like over my head. But I was just, when I listened to it back, I was wondering what you meant.
I meant that, the rightful place of a wife and a house husband is in the kitchen. So Shao would know that, and I'm sure Kate knows that too. So,
Whoa, are you saying that Kate's rightful place is in the kitchen?
no, you just said that.
What? No, I didn't just say that. I was.
I think if you listen back, you just said that.
You said Kate should know that. And why did you say Shao should
No,
know
it's
that?
because he knows I have 2 cookbooks called Shao's Kitchen. So that's why he associates me being in the kitchen, because he knows I have cookbooks.
I didn't actually think of that, but that's a
Do you know-
good self-plug.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Actually,
there's all for a plug. Can I go get the book?
yeah. Let's go. We'll stalk. Shao's gonna bring us. He's running.
He's running. See, now I have to clarify something.
Yeah, please, because
I know that is not at all.
Yeah.
No, man. I knew you would want me to lean into that one. That's not how I really feel. Anyone who wants to be in the kitchen can be in the kitchen. I enjoy
Not
cooking.
just any kitchen.
Shao's kitchen.
Bitches. So
Bam, bam,
Let me
bam.
see. Okay, yeah, you talk. Let me see that.
So these were published around like 10 years ago almost.
Was
Well,
it
damn,
the
you
best
old.
option?
You know what's
Is
funny?
this the best
I was like
option?
hospitalized
For those-
like the day after,
Yeah.
because I was so sick.
Look how young you look. Look at this.
We'll have to share these photos on the socials so that
yeah,
folks
I
at
know
home
some
can
people
see.
So-
watching. They're just listening, but
So these
These are
make
really good.
great coasters and paperweights.
They're a decent size, man. There's some like hefty, weightness behind that.
this is good.
And these
Okay.
aren't, you can't buy these anymore. So these are
Also, they're
raw.
limited edition, so they're even more
Limited edition.
valuable.
That's right.
Can I just want to quickly read something from it, if I could.
Oh yeah.
Shao's-
Okay, are they in
I'm just
English
reading
or
the
are
back.
they in?
For those of you who aren't watching the video, I'm just reading the back of Shao's cookbook. It's beautiful. It weighs about 42 grams. It's a paperback. It's full with recipes and beautiful pictures, actually. Some of Shao, some of the food, some of Shao looking happy at food, like food gets him really excited. Anyway, so this is actually what it says on the back. Shao's kitchen. What is that one?
Chong.
Chong.
Yeah.
Okay, Chong. Shao's kitchen. A bunch of Cantonese or Mandarin.
Okay. Wait up.
Hold on.
How come I
Strawberry
get
roses.
the bad end of the stick when I accidentally get the language mixed up? And you're sitting right next to him, and you just laugh at him, and I feel so. I get the raw end of that deal.
No, because I know he speaks Cantonese, not Mandarin. Quick, Shao, how many tones does Cantonese have?
Something less than 10. I think 9.
I think it's 6, but
There's 6
yeah.
No, some people do say 9 because of there's like middle tones that.
Oh, yeah, I don't
6.
count the middle.
All those middle
Strawberry-
tones, yeah. Don't forget those.
Strawberry roses, candied nuts.
Oh yeah,
French onion soup,
that's in there.
glazed ham.
Oh yeah,
So I just want to say,
glazed ham is
Are
straight
you
stolen
reading a
from my mom's
cookbook?
cookbook.
yeah. So it's strawberry roses, candied nuts, French onion soup, glazed ham. But there's like, I don't know, like 15 sentences in Cantonese, but it's for those four.
I don't even know what it says. I can't read that.
No,
No.
okay.
Google Translate, take a picture.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and-
Google Translate. Anyways,
And this is
sorry,
very-
I didn't mean to take
Yeah.
away from what he was talking about earlier.
We already addressed the issue, and I'm
A lodging
at
tax.
peace
Not-
with the roles of those in the kitchen.
Right. Oh, right. Oh, all right. No, let's go back to it. Let's revisit it.
He was actually saying some pretty roasty things when you were away.
When I was running.
Yeah.
It was mostly about the Chinese and their role in the
what?
creation of pasta and
Yeah.
Yeah. We are responsible for a lot of things.
not like the Scottish. They're like, what have they brought to the table?
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Come on. For those of you who don't know, yes, I'm Scottish. And we've done some stuff, mostly sheep, but
I thought that was
Um,
New Zealanders, but that's a bad. I shouldn't make fun of them. There's no New
no,
Zealanders here.
yeah, like I don't know. I say it's the Welsh, the sheep shaggers, but other people say it's the Scottish. But I'm going off topic here a little bit because
We were on something.
I had something happen to me, and it's sort of the first time it's ever happened. Like, so I don't know if you guys experienced this. You guys, you're
You have 3 kids, Justin. How is it the first time?
because data. I'm talking about
Nice.
data,
Data.
mobile
Okay.
data.
Gotcha.
So it's like, I don't know, they call it unlimited or something. I think I forget how many gigs I have, but they call it unlimited. And it's like, if you use your, I don't know, 25, 50, whatever, 75, whatever it is, and you go over it, they're like, yeah, we just reduce,
Slows way the F
they slow
down.
it down.
Yeah.
It happened to me for the first time. I was like, I forgot to turn my Wi-Fi on, and I don't know, I was doing a bunch of shit over the course of weeks or however long. I didn't realize how I had it off. Long I had it off. And then I got the alert and I was like, oh, 90%, whatever. It resets on, this day. And I think it was like a
Yep.
week. Anyways, like 2 days later, it went over. And that's when I realized, like, holy shit, I haven't been on Wi-Fi this whole time. Well, I've been using it for like the last 3 days. It is like, it's so bad. I don't know. Have you ever had that happen? Like, it's not like they make it sound like, oh, it's unlimited. Like, if you go over, it's okay. We slow it down. It's like they fucking stop your phone. They stop
Yeah,
your phone.
it's really, really slow.
I had a hotspot because I have a work phone.
Yeah.
So I had a hotspot my work phone so I could use my phone so that it could like load a page in under 38 seconds.
Yeah.
Anyways.
No, I mean, I
Very
experience it all the time because back when I lived in Hong Kong,
Oh my God.
like what do you call it? Backtrack. Backstitching?
Backstitch.
Phone cards there are incredibly cheap compared to anywhere else, to be honest. So if I go traveling, if I go to Europe, if I'm just visiting back in Canada, I can go to a stall in Some Soy Bo, exit C. There's a stall you can buy all these cards, like phone cards, and they're like $10 for like a month use of data or whatever. And they it's the same thing. They say every day you get 10 gigs or something like that. If you exceed it, you can still use it, but it's extremely slow. And all you can pretty much do is go on WhatsApp and send messages, but you can't like send photos or receive photos.
Yeah.
Instagram is like really, really, really slow. You can barely open the stories or whatever. Yeah. And I discovered also that I use a lot of data. Like I really use a lot of data.
If you're watching a lot or scrolling socials a lot, like watching a lot of high res videos, I think it chews through a bit.
Yeah, high res only.
Yeah, high res.
Yeah, of course.
Hayden, I don't know, have you ever experienced that? You're out in the bush though. You probably just have slow fucking data to begin with.
I really wanted to look into that
out there.
That what is it? Starlink, the Elon Musk's thing. I thought that would be really cool to do because that's anywhere in the world. Out here, we're still on shore. So we're pretty good. But I used to get that all the time because Canada sucks for mobility services.
Oh,
You can't come
Mobility
here and complain
services.
about our taxes, our healthcare system.
not like in discussing hockey.
Yeah, thinking hockey
The
is
weather.
stupid. Just and now talking shit about our services.
Your telecommunication services, yeah. Only because I had it. Look, okay, here's a positive for you guys, just to boost your heavy heads back up. Public transport here is so much better than Australia. But even then, actually I won't say anymore, but I like the buses and the trains here. They're good compared to where so there's your positive.
So Hayden, you've been living in Canada for 12 years now. What can you say about it? I like their buses and their trains.
You know what's funny is that I honestly think that compared to Hong Kong, Vancouver's actually Canada, because I lived in Toronto for a little bit too. Canada's public transit system is really bad.
Don't ever go to Australia then,
Hong Kong
Shao.
as well.
Billion people over there. You need to be able to move.
Hong Kong is not. I mean, it's not. Yeah, whatever.
It's
But
a
like
lot of people.
it's a lot of people.
You got to be able to move them.
But it's fast and it's like cheap and very on time. And that's one of the things I miss about Hong Kong is that it's a public transit. It's really convenient.
I mean, Justin, you and I would have seen when we were in Europe, the public transport there was really good.
Yeah.
The trains, the system and whatnot. But if you're comparing, like, Shao, go to Australia, but don't expect anything from the public transit system there. Because if you think Canada is bad, don't ever go to Australia just to ride the bus.
Let's backtrack. What were you guys doing in Europe?
Well, hold on. He didn't finish saying about there's another thing.
Okay, I'll talk about the data really quickly, and then we can talk about our trip to Amsterdam. So the data is crap here, right?
Yeah.
And comparatively, in Australia, I could get like 50 gigs of data, unlimited texts and calls for like $10 a month. And that was about 20 years ago. I could do that. Well, maybe not that long, maybe like 15 years ago. I come here and you pay for, 10 gigs of data. It costs you $100, like when I first came over. Now we're on.
If I just get a card from Hong Kong, it's 10 gigs a day. It's $15 for a whole month. So I just every time I come, I just buy a stack of cards, and it's so cheap. Like, it's so cheap.
It's crazy buying data by the cards.
Yeah.
I didn't know that's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I have that happen to me all the time.
Let's let the viewers know why you guys were in Europe.
Well, I decided that I wanted to take the guy next to you for a holiday a couple of times. Yeah. Justin and I went to France for the Cannes Film Festival on 2 occasions.
Heyo. Nice.
Not just as attendees, but we actually had films there and scripts with us and whatnot. So,
and these guys,
we're a little bit of a big deal, I would say. And
actually, it's where Wooden Bowl Films was formed.
Yeah,
but we should get.
We can save that for another
get more
time.
into it, but I don't know if we got time to get into it this episode. But maybe we could use that as a little tease.
It's a little tease for the folks
and
at home.
Next episode, next week, we can backstitch back to this topic.
Rehash it. Yeah,
a little hashy.
Oh, you guys were in synchronicity then. Oh, that was beautiful.
We're like twins. You see, Shao and I used to spend a lot of time together before he moved back to Hong Kong. And
so not twin, like a couple, right?
Yeah. Yes, correct.
Actually, it's kind of funny because when I came in here today, and we were just setting up and
location scouting,
checking acoustics and background stuff. Every room we walked into, I was like, oh my God, like, dude, like Chow, like I remember we used to play Chow here, and we'd draft, like we'd just each take a turn picking a hockey team until all the teams were picked, and then we'd play a game. And so he'd be like, okay, I'm going to pick this team. And I'd be like, okay, I'm going to pick this team. And then we'd play against those two teams and be like, okay, Shao won that one. And then I was like, okay, I got to pick next. I was like, okay, I'm going to pick this team, but you can't pick a team that's already been picked. And we'd do that till we've played with every team. And we'd go into this room. And say, oh, this is where we did Wii bowling. And we'd go into another room. And I was like, this is where we lost our virginity. And then we'd go into.
Okay. And on that one, folks.
Yeah. Yeah, it's right over there, the laundry
It
room.
was the
The laundry room. Yeah.
It was
the
barely
dryer
bigger than
on
the
spin
closet you're in
cycle?
right now.
Yeah. That's
But
right.
anyways, yeah. So maybe it's just the being.
It
in
brought
this,
all the
surroundings.
memories just flooding back.
That's right.
I'm very curious to know as to whether or not you guys have pants on underneath the camera, but we'll save
It
that.
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, Hayden.
It matters to me, okay? I have to know these things.
Yeah, well,
Well, anyway, on that note, folks, thanks for tuning in, and thanks for being our Chummy Thumbkins. Please like and subscribe to the show on all your major podcast platforms, Spotify, iTunes, Apple Podcasts, sorry. You can also find us on YouTube and all social media, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, at Chummy Thumbs. And until next week,
all right.
keep on thumbing.